Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
He's here. He
Yee!
made it. Wow, dude, that was fucking
Wow.
brutal. Fuck you.
Yeah. I I had my Balenciaga Fortnite skin on. I jumped off the plane and I parachuted down to this beautiful island with you, Eric. We are just a couple bachelors in paradise today.
Welcome to Fuck Island, Ty. Thanks for
Hmm.
finally tuning in with us after, setting up your iPad and setting up your phone and all this bullshit. What happened? What device are you on now?
I'm calling in from my iPhone 7. I tried to do this on the iPad today. Never riff on technology. Never upgrade. It caused nothing but problems.
Mm.
This is why Subway shouldn't have updated their menu either. It's the same thing.
The fact that you have an iPhone 7 means one of two things. Either you are a broke boy, which I don't think you are. The other one is you have a foot long that you're packing. So there's something going on here, Ty, and you piqued my interest.
Okay, straight up, I am no broke boy, but I got mad respect for the 7. I will use this phone until it craps out on me. I love this phone. This is the best iPhone. We've talked about this before. It's 7 or bust, man.
It's 7 or 4, and like just 4, you
Hmm.
can't even upgrade past like iOS 10. So I
Hmm.
guess it's the 7 now.
I was looking at
Um,
these chunky ass 13s they're coming out with. There's literally the exact like
mhm.
dimensions and like weighted volume of a veggie patty. I don't want that in my pocket. I want a soggy ass patty in my pocket every day.
Mm. Ty, me and you are built from a different cloths because I can't wait for Tim Crook to hop up on that stage with his fat ass and tell me exactly what phone I'm going to be using for the next 2 years because that's exactly what happened last week. And let me tell you, I'm excited for this new phone and I will be buying it.
Yeah, you're gonna level up.
Yeah, I always level up my iPhone just like I always level up to double meat every time I go to
Hmm.
Subway.
Yeah,
You already know the vibes.
you are pretty Tim Cooked by Apple, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, Tim could get it.
What's good with you today, King?
Oh man, so much, bro.
What's on the menu?
Well, the menu is different from before, Ty, because I went to Pepino's activation. I went back to the scene of the crime, the place that
Mm,
told me that veggies didn't belong in my sandwich and looked at me like I was a retard. But I went back,
yes.
Ty, this time for dinner though.
Interesting. So for the long-term listeners, they understand our complicated relationship with Pepino Spaghetti House. But for
Formerly known
the,
as Nick's.
is that what it used to be?
Yeah, it used to be Nick's, I think Nick's Spaghetti House. It was like a big institution here in Vancouver that was, long time running. And now the only remnants of Nick's is, I think, a permanent menu option. It's a pizza. It's called Big Nick's, which I like. When
Mm,
which when I order, I always refer to it as Big Dick Nick's.
Big Dick Nicks, of course. Uh, so yes, we have a complicated relationship with Pepinos, aka Nicks. What about the fresh herbs? The fresh herbs that on this podcast. They don't know what's going on here. They don't know about this relationship.
The fresh herbs. So, um, Pepino's is a restaurant. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, they decided to offer lunch options, starting with a sandwich. And I don't even know if they still do this, but you could go in and get like a chicken parm sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just sit there by yourself for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I went a while back and I ordered that. I think it was like a brand new menu option. So of course the chef had you know, noticed my status when I
Mm-hmm.
plopped down the platinum Amex on the nice teak wood table,
Mm-hmm.
and
He probably recognized your voice too, because as a cultural icon in the city of Vancouver,
he could hear me
culinary
chewing.
scene.
Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
could hear me chewing, and he would just recognize that mushy
Mm-hmm.
sound. So
It is your
he
signature sound.
absolutely that, and then the Aesop Marrakesh was wafting through the room, so he
Mm-hmm.
already knew what time it was.
Oh yeah.
Um, but he approached me and was quite, soft voiced, was like, please, Eric, would you mind giving us some feedback on the sandwich? And I said, yeah, you could do some veggies in there. Where's the veggies? And that wasn't something he was looking to hear, Ty. He wasn't really
Mm.
looking for feedback. He was just being nice, turns out. So, um, we had a little back and forth, but that was it. And then,
But we did blast them on social media afterwards. We got in this whole digital feud, kind of like a Drake T-Pain kind of thing.
yeah, I said, stay the way out my release.
Hmm.
Because yeah, Ty, it's just like CLB versus Donda. They might have
Hmm.
more customers than us, but our experience is much better, and you're gonna ascend if you hear this. But Ty, I did go back and I have a lot of notes for you here.
Oh, great. Okay, so we are return. This is the sequel, Eric versus Pepinos.
hmm Exactly. Stay tuned for how this one turns out, guys. But basically, it was a nice little date night with Bay. It was really beautiful. It was a fun night. Um, but you know, right off top, it was disrespectful.
Oh no,
Off rip, bro. Um,
they
so
make fun of your Amiri jeans. Too tight. They said that your jeans are too tight. I
I
hate when
was
they say that.
I hate that I was wearing my Rockstar skinnies, Ty, but they were Saint Laurent and not Amiri. Don't worry.
Mm,
But I so just for the breadheads for context, I'm a regular at this place. Before the pandemic, I would go basically once a week to the point where
mm-hmm.
I would sit down and they would just bring my wine order like immediately. Like they wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even like really ask. They would just say like wine, yes, and then they just bring the same thing I get every time. That's like what
Mm,
we're talking about here.
mm-hmm.
And
Status.
yeah, to the point where they know me by name. I'm dapping up the owner every time I walk in. Like it's like I live there basically. Even eat in the kitchen like I'm in the mafia, Drake voice.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we sat down, and this is like maybe we haven't been in like a while, maybe like twice this whole like in the last like 2 years. Sat down, and then immediately the waitress, who I've never seen in my life, says, "Oh, have you been here before?" And I
Ooh,
was just like, "Wow!" In front of my girl too. Like, you're really gonna ask me if I've been here before? Like, I've been here more times than you, and you work here. Like, that's
wow.
that's the vibe.
Damn.
Um, so I said, "Yeah, many times." And and so I proceed with my usual wine order, which was taken off the menu. I learned
Oof.
shortly after. They don't even do it by the half liter anymore, which is my go-to. And yeah, so right off the rip, it's just like two strikes, like within 10 seconds of sitting down. And
Woof.
so got a different wine, blah blah blah. Ordered some calamari, some pizza, and the spicy rigatoni alla vodka. And so they brought the pizza first. Oh, actually, before this, they usually would bring like a nice little loaf of bread and like two little butter balls that you can
Mm-hmm.
like spread on top of your French baguette and eat before the meal, and then therefore use when you're like dipping in your pasta sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But that was nowhere to be seen. They just right up like the first thing we saw after the wine was like a whole pizza,
Wow. They
which was
just
just
no foreplay.
no foreplay. They just straight raw dogged me off top. But we went with a pizza and said, okay, fuck it, let's just eat. We're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So we ate the pizza or like half of it. The pasta showed up, and then we're like, where's our calamari? Like, where's the starter?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they completely forgot. Um,
Ooh, that's a
the
third strike.
I know the waitress that questioned my manhood off top, like apologized. She was really nice about it. But once we got the calamari, it was completely different than the one that me and the boys would order. It's just
Pre-pandemic calamari hit
pre-pandemic.
different.
I know something's in the waters over there in Japan because octopus is different, bro. Um,
Yeah.
they they used to do like these like big chunks of calamari. It was like almost like looked like a chicken strip. Like it was like a big piece of octopus,
Yum.
and it was just like you dip that in like this garlic aioli, and you
Mm,
squeeze some lemon on it, and it was like probably one of the best things on the menu.
damn. They
Um,
got aioli. Fancy place.
yeah, dude, aioli is literally just ranch, but for Europeans.
Yep.
And then, um, so the ones that we actually got was like these rings. They're like lightly breaded, and they were just like the crust was just like falling off of it, and it was like not good. It was just like,
Oh, that sounds
this is
like
like the
fast
worst.
food.
It's literally fast food. I felt like I was
Fast
eating
food
onion
comes
rings
in
at A and
rings,
W.
circles.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
bogus. The falafel, that was a ring.
that's a ring.
A meatball.
Yeah. And then, dude, luckily I wasn't trying to put a ring on it that night because
Hmm.
the rings were not having good vibes. But
No,
um, yeah, so I immediately complained, let them know a piece of my mind. I am a food influencer, so I have to let them know.
of course.
Yeah,
Did they clump anything?
they comped the. Oh, actually,
Obviously, the calamari.
Well, they apologized for the calamari, and then they offered us a free tiramisu.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'll
I think it
take
was
it.
like, yeah, I'll take it. I'm like, whatever. I ate most of the calamari. I'll just have the tiramisu, which was a fun little thing for me and Bay get to feed each other tiramisu. It was fun.
Crazy. I
Hmm.
had an indoor dining activation at Shambar the other day for brunch, and they were like 5 minutes late to deliver the waffles to our table. So they
Oh
comped
man,
all the waffles. I
that's
was so
awesome.
impressed. Great
There you
service. And
go.
now they got a shout out on a popular Vancouver podcast. So there they
There you
go.
go. There you go. That's our payback.
But I think this is,
We need to leverage our influence more, Ty. I think we gotta like somehow monetize this. We gotta like talk about restaurants in return for free meals. I think like this
mm-hmm,
is something that we need to
sponsored
look into.
episodes. Beautiful
Yeah.
idea. Um, Two things that I take away from your story at Pepino's, Eric. The first one is I think it's a real shame that many of us have lost our relationships with our like anti-vaxxer aunt during the pandemic. But the even worse relationship to lose is the one with our favorite restaurants. And I'm feeling this too. I'm no longer a regular anywhere. And that's
Yeah.
hard. I tie my personal identity so closely to where I choose to spend money on food.
Yeah.
And the pandemic has completely stripped me of my identity.
Yeah.
That's really
Absolutely
hard.
agree, Ty. Like it doesn't just stop at Pepino's, you know, it's every restaurant, it's every coffee shop that I go to. I used to go to every morning. Like
Hmm.
I would go to the same coffee shop every single day in the morning for I think 4 years before the pandemic happened. And like I went through so many staff changes. Like I've seen it all, bro. I've seen like management change. I've seen everything. So,
Hmm.
you know, and then you walk in there and like you're basically anonymous. Like you're starting over. You're
It's a
like
fresh
what's
start.
what's your name? Like what the fuck? Like I've been here every day for 4 years.
A new start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to come to terms with. And I think
Hmm.
my biggest takeaway is that despite being a food influencer, I can't tie my identity to restaurants. I need more. I need to be a more holistic human.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, but Ty, the disrespect didn't stop there.
No.
Um, so I don't know what was going on, but this waitress just like felt the need to comment on something every time she stopped by the table. So like,
Ah, she didn't make fun of your like Metro European haircut, did she?
oh no, it wasn't that.
Like,
It was so basically like obviously we ordered too much food. Like we ordered a whole pizza, a pasta, and calamari. Like we weren't really like thinking too hard about it. We are like, oh yeah, we'll just take whatever home if we don't
mm-hmm,
finish. We were already planning on finishing the pizza at home, like more than half of it.
mm-hmm.
Um, and so she came by and was like I don't remember exactly what she said, but something along the lines of like, oh, like you guys like you must be full or something. Like you guys like
Mm.
eat a lot. And I'm just like bitch, what? like like that like you can't say that to people. That's so whack.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Subway would
yeah,
never do that.
somebody would never comment on like, oh wow, and like 2 footlongs, like you must be hungry. Big boy over
Ooh,
here is
big
hungry.
boy.
Yeah, Big Daddy Ty over here wants 24 inches.
Damn, I do. I want 24.
Me too. But yeah, just keep that shit to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we insisted on getting the tiramisu. We're like where's our tiramisu? We like have to ask for it. And they're like it's like, oh, you're not full yet. Like that kind of vibe. It's like just like constant like comments. Like I don't know,
Wow.
it's just like so lame.
It
Like shut
belittled
up.
you.
Yeah, like yeah,
My
it was
man's got a
crazy.
stomach of steel. He can eat. He can eat forever.
Yeah, like they don't even
He's a Subway alumni.
not only Subway alumni, but Pepino's alumni. Like It's
Mm-hmm.
like I will text Mr. Pepino himself, and he'll have you working at Olive Garden within 10 minutes. Like that type of shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for venting, Eric. I usually after this would say who hurt you, but I think I know who it was. It was the server the other
It was the server, yes.
night.
Oh
It's
man.
interesting when we visit restaurants. It doesn't matter if it's some sort of artisanal Italian fare or faux
Hmm.
Italian fare like Subway. We are
Hmm.
like maybe it's because of our beta male tendencies, but I'm very accommodating of mistakes. Like I
Hmm.
go through the Subway line and there's a mistake happening every single station. Bread mistake, meat mistake, veggies
Hmm.
mistake, sauce mistake, wrap up mistake,
Hmm.
payment mistake,
Yeah, it
and
could
I
be
just
as
let it
big
go.
as it could be as big as like grabbing the wrong bread or like
Hmm.
or like touching the wrong vegetable at first, you know? Like doesn't put it on your sandwich, but like just they touched it. Like why'd you touch
Ah.
it?
Why are you putting your hands in the green peppers? Maybe I don't want any
Exactly.
of those. Don't
Exactly.
try to read my mind.
Exactly. It made me just want to go like put it on this person's tab over here. I'm not having this. I'm not paying for this meal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Put it on Pepino's tab,
Mm-hmm. It's
you
really
know?
interesting how like the worst mistake that Subway makes that I never call them out on, and I should start doing this. I should start calling them out on this. Occasionally, maybe I pre-ate, maybe I'm just not that hungry. Sometimes I want a 6-inch sandwich. I order the 6-inch sandwich. They pull the whole loaf out of the bread retarder and then they slice it in half, right?
Uh-huh.
But they're eyeballing that shit. Sometimes it's a perfect 6-inch cut. Sometimes it's all over at the 5.5 mark, maybe
Hmm.
5 3/4. And that leaves the artist with a decision. Do they give
Oh,
me the bigger half or the dinky half?
wow. That's a big dilemma to be in because, amongst siblings, you might say like you cut and I'll choose, you
Mm-hmm.
know? It's like one of us will cut and then the other person will has the option of choosing the bigger one if they see it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And at Subway, you're not given that luxury.
They always deny me that choice. They're denying me my freedoms, Eric.
Absolutely. This is a free country.
So I've been shafted before. I've gotten they've given me a 4-inch bread end when I should have got a 6-inch, and I think I need to start speaking up. I think we need
Hmm.
to instantiate an I cut you choose rule at the bread
Hmm.
station.
Yeah, I would love to see that take place, Ty. Like next time they try to cut you off, you just say
Mm. Uh-uh.
and I think that'd be a great move to make. Very very alpha of you.
I think so. I want that one.
Yeah, fuck out of here. I didn't order no 4 incher.
Yeah, about to pull out my ruler on their ass.
Hmm. Um, next time you feel like Subway fucks up your order or makes some kind of mistake, do you feel like you have the authority to put it on the guy next to you's tab? Do
Let this
you do
guy
you
pick
just
it
say,
up.
yeah, this guy will get it, and just point to the and
uh,
just point to the blue collar worker next to you, say like he's got it, put it on his
kind of
points card.
an a la Drizzy Drake at the bar move.
Exactly. You've seen that
Mm-hmm.
prank, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like for the breadheads who don't know, it's a prank this guy pulls. Somehow he's like in a bar with like different rappers all the time, but he'll basically say like, yeah, let me get like 2 cases of 42, yeah, like another case of Henny and some goose, and then he's like, then put it on this guy's tab, he's got it, and he like will point at Drake or like YG or somebody, and then they're like, hold on, like what the fuck, no, don't do that, and they like freak out. And then he's like, yeah, you know who that is? That's Drizzy Drake, Aubrey Drake Graham, certified lover boy right here.
And then they get away with it. They get their goose.
I mean, we don't really see how the video ends, but it usually ends with. I mean, the Drake one ends with him grabbing the phone. uh,
So you
can you
think you can
imagine?
pull this off at the way? You think you can make the blue collar guy behind you pay for your BMT and get
Yeah,
you
I mean,
maybe a cookie and some chips on the house?
Yeah, exactly. It could be risky. Like he's got a tool belt. You know, he could take
Hmm.
out a hammer and just hammer your head.
Oh yeah, fella be packing.
Yeah, but I mean, you could do it with like Fogel. You could just say like, put it on Fogel's tab.
Hmm. Put it on Fogel's tab. Damn.
Yeah. Somebody who's not in line with you, you could just say like, hey, put it on his tab. You know who he is? Yeah, he fucks kids for this place. Like, put it on his tab.
Put it on the kid fucker's tab.
Put it on the kid fuckers tab. I'm not paying for the sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his just desserts. I do think
Uh-huh.
though, like maybe Fogel wouldn't land, but I mean, you can pull up Yelp, you can look up the franchisee owner's name, and I think if
That's
you
true.
drop the franchisee owner's
Wow.
name at the register, why would you know that information? Of course you're their friend. Of course you should get your sandwich for free.
Dude, we have to do this. We absolutely have to try this because have you seen this other prank where like some guy will like walk into Dairy Queen or something like in plain clothes, just walk into the back, start making his own ice cream and walking out with it, and like no one stops him.
Wow. Hidden in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight. It's like you just gotta walk in with the confidence to do your thing, and the people working there like obviously they know each other, but there's a good chance that somebody just started that day
Mm.
or whatever. Like they're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
really question you. Like at some
Mm-hmm.
point they were the one random person starting.
For sure.
So
You'll just look like a loose black olive on my sandwich that I didn't order. It's like,
exactly,
it's okay you're there.
exactly. So I think we got to do this. We got to name drop the owner of the franchise. We got to say like, yeah, put it on Derek, Derek's tab.
Derek's got us today.
Yeah,
Derek said
exactly.
he'd comp this one.
Yeah, exactly. I know him. We're colleagues.
Throw in a couple s'more cookies along with it.
Exactly. He loves the s'mores. I'm gonna go see him right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet up with Derek. I gotta bring him some s'more cookies.
Let's do
I
that,
like
Ty.
this strat. This is a good
Yeah,
strategy.
I think next time we go to Subway, we're gonna do that, and we're going to report back.
The challenge though is we can't go to our regular Subway for this because we've been going there for years, assuming we don't have the Pepino's effect and
Mm,
it's all new staffing. They'll see
hmm.
us, know our history there, and say like, "You're just bringing up Derek now."
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why do you think I come here so fucking much?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it's also kind of like the Mandela effect. It's like maybe I was never a regular at Pepino's. Maybe I just thought I was, and they just didn't want to ask me what wine I wanted. Just gave me some.
Damn.
Wow,
Yeah, you've
the
been
Pepino's effect.
gaslit this whole time. It's crazy.
Wow, true. I like to think I'm a regular. I
Hmm.
did request a follow to the owner's Instagram account. He hasn't accepted it yet, but I'm sure he will.
Yeah, it's just pending with Rob Feeney's request too.
Yeah,
Damn,
exactly.
chefs
Hmm
are so cold sometimes. Ice on my
hmm
veins.
I know. If I only could subscribe to their OnlyFans, maybe they would let me in.
Hmm.
I'm,
Woo!
I'm very excited for this, Ty.
Me
Um,
too.
but I gotta mention one more thing that you know is related to leveraging your clout for things. Dude,
Okay, hit
I
me.
got some free shit.
You did not. You got a sponsored post?
I got more than a sponsored post coming.
Okay, what do you got for us?
Dude, I got some free toothpaste in the mail.
You did not.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna show you right now. Dude,
Wow.
get so dude, be random, but we have to fucking start doing this for our podcast because we
Well,
have more clout together than I do by myself.
I'm assuming you received this because of our very successful Teeth Week string of episodes. Damn, they really came through. That's amazing. Eric's
Dude,
holding
yeah.
like four cartons of toothpaste right now.
Exactly. So, yeah, dude. David's toothpaste, they sent the bag. Shout out to them. I'm gonna be reviewing all of these flavors and posting about it. Stay
Oh, I
tuned for
love
that, Ty.
this. We'll have to do a special episode, sponsored episode for David's toothpaste. Teeth Week is
Mm-hmm.
back, baby.
Absolutely. Ty, we're gonna have to, work our magic and get some free shit for this company because I think we deserve it.
Well, we're slowly pivoting this podcast into an Aesop themed podcast. Um, so it's in the works.
Yeah. We're gonna have an all hands meeting on Monday, and let me just tell you, I have a goal already in mind for our all hands on Monday.
Great.
So
Love it.
yeah, so we are going to yeah, we're going to benefit from our clout.
Think
This has been
Fresh
my
is
dream.
going worldwide.
This is, yeah, exactly. This has always been my dream. I'm most excited to try this charcoal flavor right here.
Yeah, that looks great. I'm using some Burt's Bees charcoal toothpaste right now.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, I don't
Very
mind it. It's a
nice.
little bit it doesn't have a lot. It's not very viscous. It's quite fluid in my mouth, so it's almost
Oh,
too liquidy once it intermingles with my saliva.
oh, okay.
But the flavor is very nice. It has a very nice alkaline undertone, which leaves my mouth feeling very just like clean in a dry way.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's removed the acidity.
Mm,
So I would reco that. Reco
okay.
Burt's Bees charcoal. See, I'm a toothpaste influencer too.
Dude, you are,
Jag.
but you have to pay for it. Ty, this is where my whole perspective has changed just now. Like we can just like do this and get free shit.
Mm,
So let's do
yeah.
that. Let's do that from now on.
I'm still waiting for the call back from Big Way to give us some free sandwiches. I think we could do some reviews of some of the new flavors, but I want
Hmm.
that to be on Way's tab, not mine.
Oh, it will be. We do not pay for things on this podcast. It's on Derek.
It's on Derek.
Oh
Well,
man,
congrats on the sponsorship, King. I'm really excited for you.
thank you. We're gonna do that for this podcast, 100%. Teeth
Hmm.
week, scent week. It's gonna be every week of the year. Every 52, each one of the 52 weeks is gonna be themed, and I think at least half of them are gonna be Subway related. So I think that's the move now.
Lots of good content to come for the breadheads.
Yeah, we're different now. Ty, we've made it. That's crazy.
Hey, Mama, I made it.
Mama, I made it. Wow.
All
Okay,
right,
guys.
King.
Anything
Thanks for
else you want to get off
listening.
your chest?
Nope, not this week. Next week I got a lot. This was your episode, Eric.
Thank you.
You needed a vent.
I needed to vent. I had a lot of news, but I appreciate it. Appreciate the
Hmm.
platform, Ty, that we've cultivated together.
And I think I speak on behalf of everybody when I say we appreciated you, Eric. So thanks for
Thank
tuning
you.
in, Breadheads. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Give us a big ass heart on Spotify or whatever the heart equivalent is on Apple Music. They're a little bit colder over there, a little bit less emotional. Perhaps it's just a plus icon. I don't really
Mm,
know.
I'm not
Is it a
sure.
plus icon, Eric?
I think it's 5 stars.
5 stars on Apple Music. We'll take it.
We're currently averaging 5 stars, so if you guys can boost that, fuck
Someone
man,
drop
we'll
us
be
a
so
6,
happy.
please. A 6-incher.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. We'll drop the friends and family Subway code if this episode gets 1,000 listens.
Amazing. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Think fresh.
Ciao.
Ciao.